Thank you, Dirk. Thanks a lot. Thanks for the invitation. And as I said at lunch, it's always a pleasure to come here and recharge the batteries and come back to Brazil and do more for the sustainability, for the indicators, for all the job that we're doing here. And just for the record, yesterday we celebrate Teachers' Day in Brazil. So to all the teachers here, all of our gratitude. Okay. This is what we're doing right now to help the observatories in Brazil. As many of you know, I was responsible for observatories in São Paulo, so it's a pleasure to keep helping them to develop and to establish the standards that we are fighting here to establish in all over the world. So, okay. Okay. Well, Brazil, as you know, is a very important asset for the world, as many of you refer as the lungs of the world. So, and our president keeps saying that the world needs to get to know Brazil. Brazilians have to travel and know Brazil, know the Amazon, but we are committed to doing that in a sustainable way, in a responsible way. And to measure that in the right way, we as the promotional agency in Brazil, we are doing a very strong committee with the SFMST, and we are working very hard to implement the sustainability in tourism analysis, also with a full education program with the local observatories. As many of you said today, Professor Sergio, Dirk said, the observatories happen locally. So this is why we're helping them locally to develop the indicators based on the SFMST. And also we have launched two initiatives in Brazil, the Amazon Tourism Observatory and the Data School program. And I'm going to talk about that with you. And okay, first, let's talk about the SFMST implementation. We already started this from last year to this year. Last INSTO meeting, we had a commitment with the INSTO and the UN Tourism to implement the SFMST. We already started to implement this. Rio de Janeiro is the first city to participate, to be tested with the SFMST. And the next step is to implement this, to invite 50 other cities in Brazil. As you may see, it's a large country, and we have a lot of work to do. And also, just for the record, these 50 cities already have observatories, fully operating observatories. And we also have a Brazilian network of tourism observatories there. So and they are going to help us to teach them how to implement the SFMST. And we are building a platform at Embratur with the help of the Ministry of Tourism, and it will be fully operating by the next year, okay? Yes, it's a large country. Okay, and also, we cannot do that and just leave the indicators and leave the data there. We have to teach them how to use that. And this is why we are using as a first pilot project what we are calling the Amazon Tourism Observatory. We invited 9 of the state observatories in the Amazon and to implement the SFMST as we did in Rio de Janeiro, but first with them, first with the observatories of the Amazon, and with the horizon of the COP30 and the G20 that Brazil is representing right now. So first of all, we are doing this in this region of Brazil, okay, the Amazon region, and we are starting with the indicators that we already have there, the flow, the tourism flow indicators, the revenue indicators. I have been working with observatories for almost 20 years. Let's take out of the way what what they already have there implemented, the tourism flows, the revenues. We know that they are the basis of other indicators, but they are not the most important. The most important ones are the sustainability indicators. So let's start with the easy ones, and then we can work with the most difficult ones. And the challenges are the distance and the variety of data sources there. Some of these regions you can only reach by boat. So it's gonna be a very long challenge for us to implement and to establish the monitoring of these areas. And also we are going to build dashboards and analysis by the next year. Okay, as I said, we're gonna establish the tool, but we need them to use that. It doesn't matter if we have the tool, if they don't use that for decision making and for monitoring the tourism regionally and locally. So we are implementing also the Data School project, which is a training for tourism data for all the country. Okay, and then we are developing a distance learning platform, many of that based on UN tourism platforms. So, and we have also we have strong educational partners, universities working with us, and the local tourism observatory network to support local actions, to support events. And the main goal is to promote webinars, to promote courses, as I said, to teach the local agents how to use the data and how to use the platforms. Otherwise, it's just a lost project, okay? And also, we already have 2 modules already tested inside Embratur, and we have 8 more modules in development right now. So we have also partners as Forkeys, IATA, the local government authorities, the federal police, the local agencies as the water agency, the electricity agency. So they are helping us to develop the modules and to standardize all the indicators through the observatories that are already operating in Brazil. Okay. Okay. The next steps. This right now at Embratur, I have what I dreamed of for the past 20 years. I have the budget and I have the team. I have 12 people working only for the data team. We have data engineers, we have tourism specialists. We have to give it back to the Brazilian community. We have to give it back to the observatories that are locally working and struggling with the indicators. So this is why we are doing this for them, because they need the help, and we are the national agency, so we need to do that for them. And this is why we are doing this. We need to expand the data collection in Brazil. We also need to strengthen the local government's partnerships, because if they are always working together, we can establish a level of comparison of the indicators through all the regions of Brazil. And last but not least, tourism-related decision-making. We need them to use the data for decision-making to promote Brazil better for the rest of the world, for the domestic tourism as well, So this is the use of the information that we set as a goal for these local observatories, okay? And I have an invitation for you. As many of you received the invitations before from Colombia, from Guatemala, from Mexico, you can all go through these beautiful countries, through Rio de Janeiro, through São Paulo. So please come to Brazil as well. Visit us when you go to Guatemala, when you go to beautiful Colombia. Please come to Brazil as well and visit us. We'll be very happy to have you there, okay?